Remember the times when we put a hot food inside our mouth too fast and that burns the tongue? That is a common happening. But at the same time, we blow on a napkin and put it on our closed eye in case of any minor eye injury. Then we see the napkin turning hot. This sure can confuse our curious minds. And the same happened with Mian Balshti. So students, welcome to Notebook and let's read the story by the former President of India, Dr. Zakir Hussain. In this short story, we encounter an imaginary character, Mian Balshti, and a woodcutter. Let us see what happens when Mian sees this woodcutter. Mian Balshti is not like you and me. He's a tiny person staying in the woods who doesn't understand how humans work. And that is when he encounters a woodcutter. The story begins with a woodcutter who used to go to the forest to cut wood and sold the wood at the market in the evening. But one cold morning, he went deep inside the forest for wood. To help him with the cold, he would keep his axe and blow in his hands to keep them warm. Mian Balshti observed him and became curious. Mian tried hard to curb his curiosity, but he could not control himself and walked up to the woodcutter. The woodcutter was astonished to see such a tiny person, but he patiently attended his question. Mian wanted to know why was he blowing his hand. The woodcutter replied to him that his hands were getting very cold because of the weather, so he was blowing his hands to make it warm. Mian was satisfied with the answer and so he left. But Mian did not go far and continued watching the woodcutter. And then he suddenly saw something which confused him. He saw the woodcutter lighting his chulha in the afternoon. Here, the woodcutter was blowing the chulha to help it burn. Mian kept on thinking whether the fire came out of the woodcutter's mouth. Now when the potatoes which the woodcutter had put in a pot and placed to cook were done, he tried eating it. But they were too hot and had to be blown again. Once again, our Mian Balshti was confused and he once again could not hold on to his curiosity. He went ahead and asked him, why is he making the already hot potato more hot by blowing on it? But now, the woodcutter tells him that he's making the potato cold by blowing on it. Mian looked shocked. He started walking backwards with his face turning completely white. The woodcutter could not understand why he started trembling, but he saw him walking backwards. As soon as Mian reached a safe distance, he ran away. Mian was very scared. He thought, how can the same person blow both hot and cold air from the mouth? He was convinced that the woodcutter was no normal human, but a ghost or demon or a jinn. Thus we learn that we are afraid from all those things which we do not understand. But we need to understand this, students. The same air which you blow out from your mouth can be hot as well as cold. This happens due to the way we blow. When we blow fast moving air with pursed lips, it leads to a cooling effect. But when we blow slow moving air with wide open mouth, it leads to a warm sensation. So you won't run away like Mian, as you can now understand how the woodcutter was blowing both hot and cold air from his mouth. With this, we come to the end of this chapter. Now that you've learned about Mian and the woodcutter, you're prepared to answer any questions regarding them? For more such concise videos on your chapters, keep watching Notebook.